Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Hamilton, and today we're going to be going through the top 5 RWA projects that you should be checking out this bull run. Quick disclaimer though, this is just for educational and informational purposes only. Let's dive into this. Okay, so before we dive into this first project, allow me to quickly explain what RWA is. RWA essentially stands for real-world assets. What this means is this allows the average crypto holder, or the average retail person, or an institution to essentially trade via the blockchain, but trade with real-world assets in real-world sectors, right? So you can see here on the screen, e-commerce, we're seeing semiconductors, inflation, you could trade cannabis, wine, anything like this, but on the blockchain. And this is massive for the industry in general. In fact, the RWA industry is expected to be worth $2 trillion in the next 5 years. And just for reference, the crypto industry right now is worth 2.5 trillion. So we're talking about a ridiculous increase as more and more sectors are able to be tokenized and traded on the blockchain. So this first project, RWAX, is a decentralized exchange that does allow you to trade these real-world assets with just your crypto wallet, right? So you connect your crypto wallet, okay, and then you have all of these options that you can trade with in many different sectors, okay? And a great thing about this exchange is they do offer up to 50x leverage. This is great because if you're trading something that moves slightly slower, right, these traditional industries that aren't crypto may not be as volatile, so having access to leverage when trading in these sectors will obviously be massively beneficial when it comes to profit when investing with this DEX. So if you want to check this out, you can just press the sign up button. They are in private beta right now, okay? And essentially you just fill out your email address, you put your base address in there, and then, click submit. And then if you get accepted, you can try this platform out. So what these guys are boasting, obviously we just talked about 50x leverage. Applying that to something like real estate and stuff like this will be massively beneficial. Self-custody, with it being a DEX, obviously your keys will give you access to your wallet, which will give you access to your investments. So instead of a third party like a stock exchange or something like that holding your investments for you, you can essentially have that in your wallet visible, and you can connect to the DEX and trade it whenever you like. They're using Chainlink as well to essentially combat any slippage, and they're also boasting about low fees. So yeah, I'm really keen to try this one out. Be sure to check it out in the description. And right now they are talking about 40 RWA sectors that they've incorporated into this exchange, which is pretty big, but I imagine this growing over time as regulations allow other sectors and other industries to really get involved with this next massive crypto wave. Obviously, an exchange like this will be wanting to attract retail, but more importantly, they'll be trying to attract institutions. And in order to do that, they've made some really big partnerships, right? We're seeing Trustflation, API3, and Plume, to name a few here, that will potentially propel this project really far into the crypto space. So yeah, be sure to check this out. Let's move on to the next coin. All right, so the next project we're talking about here is Swarm. Okay, again, also available in the description. But yeah, these guys allow you to trade BlackRock, Coinbase, Microsoft, Nvidia, just to name a few. They've got 17 million locked in the Swarm protocol already, which is fantastic. Okay, they're also regulated by the German Federal Financial Supervisory Authority, which is a big one. Okay, obviously being regulated and approved in somewhere like Germany where there's a lot of money is a great thing for any project. They got 17 million locked in the Swarm protocol already. Okay, Web3 self-custody protocol transparency, which is obviously using your wallet with this exchange and having self-custody over that rather than, say, like a centralized exchange where they would hold your coins for you. And that can be risky as if they get hacked or they lose the money, then it's not in your control. And this is why people say not your keys, not your coins. In this case, with RWA, it'd be not your keys, not your stocks, right? So yeah, massive leap forward for the crypto industry in general. However, if they do hold your assets for you on this platform, then yeah, they do fully back it one-to-one here, which is fantastic. This is what you want to see. A lot of the new exchanges nowadays and new platforms will have this where essentially if they do get hacked, they have it in another area where they've backed it one-to-one. Okay, so this starts off with the asset going to the custodian, all right, then the data trustee, then Swarm X, obviously the platform, and then the token holder's wallet. And of course, another thing here is they're trading 24/7. That's the beauty about crypto, right? If you take a stock exchange or something like that, they obviously have to close over the weekend. So you're only able to trade Monday to Friday. But with tokenized stocks and tokenized assets and tokenized real estate, you can essentially trade this at any point in the week, 24/7. And that's one of the massive benefits. And this is why a lot of institutions are getting involved with RWAs right now. All right, so the next project here is Ondo. These guys are doing incredibly well. They've partnered with BlackRock already, all right, and they've got 327 million TVL on USDY, which is massive, okay, boasting a 5.3% APY as well. We've also got OUSG, which is at a 4.8% APY and a 221 mil TVL. And that's essentially just how much volume has been invested into this stuff. These guys also use Coinbase for their custody. And as you guys know, Coinbase are really high military grade security when it comes to holding people's assets for them. One of the biggest things Ondo solved was liquidity. I'm not going to explain how because it's incredibly complicated, but they did solve it and it attracted a lot of institutional eyes because of that. And you can see this by the partnerships that they have acquired here. They've partnered with BlackRock, JP Morgan, and State Street, just to name a few. And these are some of the biggest, brightest names in finance. So definitely check this one out. Again, link will be in the description. Okay, so the final project I'm going to be talking about today is Centrifuge. These guys have really impressed me, I will be honest here. They've got a nice list of partners going on. They've had nearly 600 million total assets financed, which is massive, okay? Just think about how much money that actually is, okay? These guys are doing really well. But yeah, the whole point of what these guys do is to get rid of the intermediaries, right? The people that are in between, the brokers, the agents, more and more fees that you would typically get if you're investing in stuff, right? Instead, these guys, what they will do is just get you straight to the investment, right? And that cuts out a lot of the fees and therefore increases a lot of the profit for the investors involved. And that's why these guys are doing so well. They also have a voting system for token holders. This is something you do want to see for a decentralized platform. And they also allow you to lend as well, right? So gain access to a more diversified and stable junior and senior yield backed by productive assets from the real world, invoices, real estate, revenue-based financing, and more. Okay, this is great. But what I really like to see when I'm investing in stuff, guys, is data, good analytics. Obviously, clean UI is important, but when we're looking at this, as you can see here on the screen, we've got total TVL locked right now, 289 million, which is massive. Okay, and then if we click on one of these funds here, right, so you can see they're open for investments just above my head there, right? You can see open for investments at 11 million already, but this is what really made me excited about this project, right? We can see here that they've got poor performance over time, a nice clean graph for you to look at before you invest. Average asset maturity here, 5.5 months. And then we've got lots of information about this for users to check out. We got inflows here as well. So purchases, 5 million over there. Recently, we had someone purchase 1 million, which is massive. And then you've got transaction history just to kind of show this. And also you can prove on the blockchain, right? So you can click this and actually see on the blockchain these investments, right? And this is the beauty about crypto generally, right? You can actually see this rather than just taking a project's word for it or something like that, right? This is on the chain, right? Subscan here. You can see this, it's on the blockchain, and it just makes the whole system a lot more credible. If we head over to Prime here, you can see a DAO, right? So a decentralized autonomous organization here, right? A voting system for people's investments, portfolio value 2 million. I imagine this will grow over time as well. But yeah, just again, really clean system, lots of analytics to look at. And if you are an investor and you like the analytics, this is definitely something you should go check out. And again, the link will be in the description. So I'd highly recommend going and exploring this Centrifuge platform because it looks really good. And obviously it's decentralized and you can see everything on the screen as it happens, right? So really safe, really good. Nice list of partners. And again, nearly 6 million in assets financed, which is crazy, right? So that is going to be it from me, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this. We're just going to quickly summarize all of the projects we've gone through here today. So again, RWAX if you're looking to trade leverage and trade pretty much any sector. We've got Swarm here, which is essentially allowing you to trade these stocks in tokenized format. And again, super regulatory across the board here for this one. We got Ondo, who have partnered with Coinbase for their custody, and they're really institutionally graded, I would say, in terms of this massive TVLs as well. Then Realio, which is a bit of a newer independent one, but definitely more catered to the decentralized aspect of crypto. And then finally, the Centrifuge, which we just talked about, really clean, good analytics, and some decent assets that you can invest with on there. So that is going to be it for this video. If you have made it this far, be sure to drop a like, leave me a comment as well, and I will see you in the next one. Have a fantastic day. Cheers.